Hi guys, welcome back to Simply Fujica, a place for budding and aspiring entrepreneurs. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. Guys, today I have a good one for you. A lot of you are still asking me, how do you market your home care agency? And so today I want to discuss with you 5 tips on how you can market your home care agency. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then stay tuned. The first tip I have for you is you. The success of marketing your home care agency is going to rest on your shoulders. So I want to be the first to congratulate you because you are now the chief marketing officer of your home care agency. So guys, I say that jokingly, but I'm also very serious. No one is going to know your home care agency or sell it better than you, right? And that's because you know what you bring to the table, you know what you have to offer, and so you want to be able to speak to that, and you should be able to speak to that at the drop of a dime. So any conversations you have, if you're at any networking events, it could even just be a casual conversation. You should be marketing your agency. Because guys, it's not a tip, but I was going to say a lot of how you're going to get your business is word of mouth. Because remember, people are going to be trying to sell your agency for you. So the moment you launch, you're letting everybody know. You're letting your inner circle know. You're publishing stuff on your social media. And so as you get responses to those things, people are going to be reaching out to you based on what they've heard. And so you're really just there to seal the deal. You're there to express excitement. You're there to solidify the interest that's being expressed in your home care agency. And you're really giving them the whiff-em. This is something I learned, believe it or not, about 15 or 20 years ago. I used to work at a call center. And they used to tell people, give your customers the whiff-em. And the whiff-em is, what's in it for me? So you should have your whiff-ems already laid out. If a customer has already talked to 2 or 3 other home care agencies and they all sounded great, why should they go with you? That's the what's in it for me. That's the whiff-em. That's the benefit. And so again, you are that person for your organization. So I always tell people, you hear about the elevator pitch. I don't know that you need to have a whole elevator pitch, ready to go. Certainly you want to make sure that you have 2 or 3 items, just maybe 2 or 3 things that you can say. So in one of my previous videos, I talked about how during the pandemic, isolation has really widened, as a result of the pandemic. So you have a lot of people that are at home feeling isolated. So if you have someone on your team, and it could be you, where you love creating programs to, get your members back in the community, get them active, having date night, maybe Friday night outings, just things of that nature. That's something that's going to differentiate you against the other 2 or 3 home care agencies that have that. If your technology, I remember us having a home care agency that took care of my mom, and just the apps that they use, the fact that we can, if we had any comments we needed to make, if we needed to report anything, even the timesheets, everything was electronic. That was an added benefit. We love that. That was so convenient for us versus everything being paper. Paper gets lost. People forget to turn things in. So when you have something, whenever you're able to exchange a business in an electronic kind of way, that typically tends to be something that will separate you from the pack. So just whatever that item may be for you, just having those 2 or 3 things at the ready. This should be at the top of your tongue. Somebody wants to talk to you about your home care agency, you are excited and you're ready to brag. You're ready to talk about why you're that home care agency. The second tip I have for you, and I've talked about this before in another video, is I still believe in the power of a great flyer. I couldn't wait to create flyers to make sure that we had, kind of like an overview of our program, something that represented us nicely. But what I like about it is you can fold them up, you can stick them in, into doorways, you can hang them up, you can put them, there's so many ways and different avenues in which you can pass out your flyers. And you'd be surprised how months later someone will be, oh, I received your flyer. I always ask them, where did you get my flyer from? Because it's so interesting to see how one flyer can last for months at a time. And so you want to make sure that you're able to pass out that flyer, have something that someone can look at and feel. A lot of people, because remember, there's two schools of thought. Some people want electronic items, so they want a website they can go visit it. And some people want to touch things. They want that paper. They want to look at it, tuck it away, pull it back out and look at it. So you want to make sure that you can appease both audiences. You want to make sure you're versatile in that regard. So definitely flyers. I want to put business cards along with the flyers. Just because, again, some people are all with their electronic business cards, and hey, if that's what you do, that's more power to you. But sometimes it is easy to just, as you're having a conversation with someone, as you're networking, maybe you're at a grocery store, maybe you're at an event, and someone just wants to take down your information. Here's my business card. So it's up to you. And now business cards are a dime a dozen. Start off small. Maybe order 250. Don't order 5,000 business cards. Order 250 and see how that goes. Because really and truly, all of this stuff is going to be trial and error. You're really going to have to decide what works best for you. And you won't know that unless you try to give these things different options. I'm a business card person. I love passing out my business cards. The third tip I have for you is creating Google business profiles. So that means posting and advertising on Google Ads, also Facebook ads. Now let me start with Facebook because I have a little bit of experience with this. I would say the appeal to Facebook is just the amount of people that will have exposure to your business by you purchasing these ads. The question you want to ask yourself is, what is the main thing that I want to get to these people having the exposure? Okay, you want to ask yourself that. And the second thing is, do I have my target audience in mind? In other words, who are you trying to talk to for those ads? So you want to make sure that what you're putting out there, what you're publishing, represents that. And so the reason why I want to talk about Facebook ads is I have taken out a couple of Facebook ads. I felt like what was coming back to me was other home care agencies inquiring into my business. So in that regard, it wasn't the best use of my marketing budget, right? So on the flip side, Google Ads, love it. I think I've shared with you guys before. I still, to this day, I have a profile on Google, because remember, people, if they need something or if they need a service, the first thing they do is they go to Google. Home care agencies near me. You want to make sure if someone's conducting that search, your home care agency pops up. And so there are different ways, and usually when you set it up, I would say it's user-friendly. It walks you through how do you really create that robust profile that will be attractive to someone visiting you for the first time. So it'll have, you can add pictures of your business, maybe update pictures of some events that you've done, just anything that you would want to see if you were looking up a business to see what they offer. That's what those things do to you. They bring attention to your business and have those people reach out to you as a result. So I have heard pros and cons for both. I have experienced pros and cons for both. So it's really going to be about you test driving it to see what best works for you. The fourth item that I'm going to discuss with you today is just networking. And so I remember when we first started and leading up to me getting licensed, home care agency seminars, webinars, networking events, again, partnering with local, churches. Guys, fifth tip I have for you is social media. I love social media. Now, I am still getting used to using it, as you can see by some of my profiles. But it is a quick way for you to share information with your audience. So I always say, regardless of what your brand is, and here we're talking about home care agencies, if you have Instagram, if you have LinkedIn, if you have Facebook, Sure, you could be posting about other things, but your main thing you should be posting about is your business. You should be highlighting your business. You should be promoting your business. You should be just discussing all things business. Because what that does is it, to the consumer or to the person who is a subscriber of yours, you're top of mind to that person when it comes to that subject matter. So you want to make sure that you are considered the subject matter expert in a particular area. So if you're starting a home care agency, you should be having posts out there about, giving out different tips, maybe talking about why you're the expert on a certain portion of home care agencies. It's really putting yourself out there so that you are known for a certain aspect. So again, make your social media, your contacts, your relationships, make those things work for you in terms of marketing your home care agency. The last item that I have for you is more, because we've already done the 5 tips. This is more of a bonus. And the bonus that I have for you is you should have a website. The bonus tip that I have for you today is to have a website. Now, some of you, when I say that, you're like, yeah, I gotta have my website, or already done, right? Box checked. Then I have some people who are like, I really just don't have the money for that. Don't let that discourage you, because I used to have a childcare with my mom years back, and I just went and created something really, me thinking back, very basic, very, didn't have a lot of information. At that time, I wasn't really into social media. Let me tell you something, it did the job. It did the job because most people want to be directed to a website. And I was able to do that. So I had the website on my business cards. I was able to hand out the business card and have the website on it. Like I said, not a lot built into it, but it did the job. Now I have one that is powered by GoDaddy, so it's a little bit more robust than what I had before. And I definitely get more traffic, but there's now more that I can put into it. So it's really about what is your goal of that website. But what I love about a website is you are free to make it as big or small as you need it to be. And again, so remember, one always feeds the other. So your website should be feeding your other social media. Your Instagram should be feeding your other social media, right? It's kind of like this vicious circle of, you can look on my Instagram, you can look on my YouTube, you can look at my website. So it's just making sure that you can direct people to whatever resources you have available. That really is just pumping up that energy, pumping up that excitement regarding your brand and your home care agency. So I hope that makes sense. I hope I explained that. But really, it's just whatever you're directing them to, it gives them an opportunity to learn more about you or see you in a different light on a different aspect of social media. Okay guys, so that is all I have for you. Again, you are going to be the main driver as it relates to marketing your home care agency. Everything that I said pointed back to you. So you really want to get excited. You really want to pass that excitement down to anyone that you speak to about your home care agency. Alright guys, hopefully that was a value add for you. Make sure that if you really got something out of it, you hit that like button. Do not forget to subscribe. And guys, do not forget to hit that bell notification so you're notified whenever I release another video. Okay guys, and then also, last thing, make sure you spread the word on the channel. I'm so excited to see the channel growing the way that it is. You guys are contributing to that, so thank you very much. Continue passing on the word for anyone who could use the information. Alright guys, that's all I have for you. Stay blessed.